1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. This requires.
Oh, very nicely done.
If the girls don't have frame, it looks like this.
Oh.
This requires power steering. So all we're going to do right now, gentlemen, we're going to go like this with our partner. Wind, catch, throw, catch. Alright? Catch, throw, catch.
Wind me, catch me.
5, pass on 6, spin on 7, catch on 8. And go into 1. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. She comes right back into 1. Hopefully. She's spinning on 7, 8. I catch her coming out of 8 to 1. Her body's turning this way, so her
Rather than just stop me dead, he gives me a little space to stop.
Wrong way.
Yeah.
I'm telling my video. I was talking to my video.
I can tell.
Good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Then you left me. Now you love me. You're laughing. 'Cause I'm still in love with you. You help me. Then you use me. Now I'm crying.
Actually, what did the one say for? Is there hamster Jesus or something like that? The woman said hamster Jesus.
Something like that. It was really funny. Yeah. But anyway, so okay. Baby, right? A hamster, a baby hamster.
Yes, Clay.
How about a kangaroo?
A kangaroo didn't hit much. Anyways, the basic what you want to start with is without a partner, just everybody stand here.
It's all about the movement of the body when you're talking blues dancing.
Blues does not go like this. Alright? We are not doing TikTok from the hips. Alright? We are moving out of the hips.
Right. We're actually, it's usually a little easier for the girls, but the guys can do it too.
I just want you to right now just switch weight, keep your feet about shoulder width apart, and just switch your weight back and forth
Do a
from
small
one.
tap. Tap, 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 tap. By doing a little tap, and bring it out to one side, and then bring the rib cage out to the other. Try and keep the hips in place. So just kind of move the rib cage to one part, and then move the rib cage to the rib cage. Keep the hips in place. Just the rib cage, the rib cage. Step, tap, step, tap. Take the hip out. Hip, tap, hip.
What kind of thing, guys?
Hip.
There is something on the floor here you need to step up and over it. But your knee won't bend, so you need to lift your hip up to get over it. You know, you've got...
Have a little bit of action going on there. This is going to be your homework, too, for being able to kind of really make the move. Actually, good for you anyway. So remember, you've got step, tap, step, tap. You have hips side to side, and then you can combine the two. Use hips side to side. And then you got the front and the back to get going, a circle, and then the rib cage.
Alright. Anyways, these are...
Depends on...
You do not need to be. In blues dancing, we don't have our hand up here on the shoulder blade. We put it kind of flat on her lower back.
Ladies, you still want your hand kind of up here, because if you get back here and he turns you out, you're just going to be awkward. But it's not like resting out here. It's still, it's all in touch with him.
My hand is just not here. It's kind of here, so she is...
She has it flat on my back.
She's kind of in the little crook of my forearm. So I have her hooked here like this, and there's a little pushing on this hand to keep her in
We've
there.
got to have the frame. If you've ever done ballroom or you're in the closed position, you have to actually be slightly pushing towards each other. So what we're going to do now is a little frame, a practice for the frame. We're going to go in this position. Ladies will close their eyes and the guys will just steer you around a little bit. But the whole thing is that the space between us needs to stay even.
If you are dancing apart like this.
When you're dancing apart, right. The space between you needs to stay even. So he's not going like this. And then I'm moving. There's no accordion effect here. It's as if we have a small beach ball and it's between us, and we're trying to keep the space, and we're trying to keep the beach ball from being collapsed or losing it. So we have to keep the space between us completely even. And that's kind of what the whole leading part of this is about. He can start, stop me, whatever, but basically it's about the frame. Once you get the frame, he can lead pretty much anything. It's really easy to lead a girl in a closed position. Frankly, much easier than with swing out here.
Out here, all we got is this to connect us.
Yeah.
In here, we are connected together that the second I move anywhere, she's going with me.
A piece of cake. What's your guys?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quick, quick. Slow, slow. Quick, quick. Slow, slow. Quick, quick. So we can add timing variation.
Pattern right now, but really you can add any number
Of quicks.
of quicks or slows in twos.
But you are comfortable right now with slow, slow, quick, quick. It's already the same thing we're doing. Now, when we do our slow tap, quick, quick.
You have to lead it.
You have to, yes, gentlemen. What it requires is, as we do our quicks, we want to compress a little bit. Slow tap, and I'm going to kind of compress just a little bit here, down just a hair for quick, quick. So I'm almost push, push. It's a little bit more of a dynamic push off this leg, lifting this hip up into it. So she feels a little bit more of a, ooh, something different.
And I'm keeping my connection. I am having to push ever so slightly against him with this hand, so that I'm pushing back into his right hand, and I'm pushing against his left hand. Otherwise, there's no connection. If I've got a loosey-goosey connection here, it's going to be really hard for him to lead me. So right now, I'm loosey-goosey. So I'm going to be on a slight delay. I'm not going to move as well. But if I push back, lead it, I don't want to, make it hard, but I want to make it hard to move. So instead, I'm just going to push back slightly, and so I can feel every time he moves his body.
As I go into my quicks, I compress myself a little onto this leg. I kind of pop hit my hip out to the left a little bit and turn my partner's body. So I take it and I go like this with her. I take her body and kind of go like up and over. It's like I want to lift her up and over. I am kind of thinking this little lift up and over with my right arm. Now I'm not picking her up, but I am moving her weight and shifting her.
Most of you guys are not moving your hips the way you could. So that's what you really want to work on, is to really lift the hip up and put it down. It makes a huge difference when you're doing this kind of dancing, when you can get that kind of feel to it.
So all we're going to do is we're going to go slow, slow, quick, quick. Slow, slow, quick, quick. Slow, slow, quick,